guys, how y'all doing? I hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, I came across this story. It happened in 2016, but it was so egregious. It's just terrible. This family had met this guy named Kyle Parker, and he became friends with them. And they was like, he was cool, he was nice, and all of that extra stuff. So they would hang out. But they had asked Kyle back to their house. So when they had asked Kyle back to the house, they all started drinking. But they didn't drink in the living room because, they had a baby. Her name is Kayla. Kayla was 1 year old. So she's a sweetie pie. They say that she would do this for you to pick her up. They say she was like bouncing all over the place. She was just a doll. 1 year old, you just now learning. You ain't even really walking yet. You still like, and you falling or whatever like that. And things just went crazy. I'm going to read you some of this. I'm not going to read it all to you because I'm going to let you listen to something. They said 23-year-old Kyle. 23-year-old. He's getting 60 years behind bars. 60 years. That's it. I think he should have got the death penalty. For real. The confession of abducting and raping the 1-year-old and unaliving her. He's in your house. You invited this ninja in your house, and y'all sitting up in there throwing liquor back and not knowing that you have a whole predator right here. And Adam said that Kyle was on. He could hear like Kyle like texting or whatever, like whatever he was doing, but they were dozing off because they was drinking. They was drinking a lot, but they feel he was okay. So let me just finish with some of this here, because this just gets crazy. They said, this had, like I said, it happened in 2016. They said under the deal with the prosecutor, Kyle Parker pleaded guilty earlier this month to a single count of kidnapping and unaliving in the death of 1-year-old Kayla Ammerman. He was sentenced Monday and emotional charge court appeared. Prosecutors, in an unusual decision, reportedly argued at the hearing that the case could not be foolproof before a jury, and they urged the judge to accept Parker's plea. You know why? Because they already know if Kyle was to go to, with the jury, they would definitely give him the death penalty. Like for real. 1 year old. Think about it, 1 year old. You got a whole man, 1 year old, that raped a 1-year-old. Bro. And it was nice enough to invite you into their home. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't be letting anybody into your home. You know understand what I'm saying? You just don't invite anybody in your home. I don't give a damn how cool they is. I don't care how cool they is. Because you see, we see this every day. We report on this every day. How people are so wicked. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to children. That you have people that prey on the weak. And this is not even the weak right here. This is just ridiculous. A 1-year-old baby. This is a baby. A 1-year-old is a baby to me. She's not, to me, a toddler is like 2 and up. She's not even a toddler yet. Because she ain't really like walking fully. This is crazy. They said a part of the deal, Parker initially charged of raping the child, strangulation, a grave battery, obstruction of justice, failure to report a unalived body, and unlawfully disposition of a body where dismembered and dismissed. He will not have what they said. It what the hell is this? Do they understand this is a 1-year-old baby? He will not have to register as a sex offender. Why? Why? Upon his release, that is unfreaking believable. How that happen? I don't understand. Because usually, even if you touch a child in a certain way, you understand? You have to register. You understand what I'm saying? Because you are a pedophile. You are a real petty. And you mean to tell me that he raped this 1-year-old and he don't have to register for a offender? That's a baby. Imagine what he would do to a bigger kid. What the hell is going on in Indiana over here? I don't care what type of plea he take. That's crazy. The family shouldn't have went for that. I'd have been like, nah, nope, 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 nope. He is going to register. First of all, y'all got him. He is going to be a register. I'm not taking no deal like that. That is unbelievable. Because guess what? They have men out here that's raping people and children that is over the age of 60. They are the main ones that's out here. Not saying the main, yeah, there is a whole lot of older ones. They out here trying to have candy in their car to get kids in their damn car. What you mean? Upon his release, and he will not convict of SDX crime, despite admitting to investigators that he raped Shaylyn. Her name is Shaylyn. Pretty little girl too. Pretty little baby. A little baby ain't even start to live. Didn't even start to talk, but to say mommy and daddy and bottle pop milk. If they said he raped Shaylyn in the front seat of the car before unaliving her with his bare hands. And you mean to tell me that this ninja don't have to register when he get out? Court officials told the Parker that they could serve up to 45 years of his sentence under the state law with good behavior. He could be released at 68 years old. I don't give a damn. That's still young. 68? Oh yeah, he's still young. He's still Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. I'm not gonna read you all that because I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to see something. I want y'all to see something so y'all can see for yourself what I'm talking about. You know, you got the family talking. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna skip a little bit of this here because Kyle, Adam, and Justin. Justin was her father. Adam is her uncle. They let this man come into their home, and they were sitting back throwing it back. You know what I'm saying? And they all was inside the room. They didn't stay in the living room because you know little Kayla is sleeping, and the grandfather was there. So they really was trusting him. You understand what I'm saying? So as they drinking, he's still throwing it back. They not drinking no more. That's what they said. They said they wasn't drinking anymore. They said they wasn't drinking. So they just feeling too damn comfortable with this fool. So let me just skip ahead a little bit. Oh, Jesus Christ. They said prosecutors, Parker defense attorney, and Shayla's relatives could not be reached today, Tuesday, for comments. Her parents, Justin and Jessica Stewart, both reportedly spoke at Parker's hearing. When I heard all the horrible things he did to my precious girl, I wanted to die. He said he wanted to die too. I know that you got to feel guilty that, you trusted this ninja in your house and he violated you like this. You know what I'm saying? That, he just did the ultimate. He really did the ultimate. I'm sorry. Like, he did. Like, for real. You said he took my loving, sweet, beautiful daughter away from me. Her brother, away from me. Her brother, her dad, and everyone who loved her. Stewart told Parker on the stand, I hope you live with your guilt and it torments you for the rest of your life. Okay, let me show you this fold right here. Yep, we're going to see it. That's this ninja right here. A whole damn man, y'all. A whole damn man. Let me show you the little girl. She's so cute. She's so sweet. Oh my God. She is so cute. Oh my gosh. She is so cute. Look at the eyes on this little girl, y'all. Look at that. This is a heartbreaking life for real. This is very, very heartbreaking. This is very, 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 very heartbreaking for this man to do this to this little baby. 1 year old. Okay, so they say that he snatched her. Now, they said Shaylyn's body was found on March 24th, 2016, next to the White River in a remote section of Gosport, Indiana. She was last seen inside her father's home 2 days prior. The mother had his custody time with the little girl. It's just really sad. Oh my God. I'm gonna let y'all listen to some of this here because this is crazy. Because it's deep. So Adam and Justin had fell asleep. So when Adam had got up because of the TV had messed up. So when Adam had got up, he saw Kyle. He heard the door. He heard the door close. Boom. So he was like, what the? So he got up. He see Kyle walking towards the car. He see Kyle walking towards the car. That's your boy. Like, he just gonna bounce out like that. But he's so drinking so much. He's so high that he doesn't see that he has the baby like this, and their foot is hanging out. Crazy. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Let me try to get that. Okay. So he don't see his foot because they asked him. They was like, yo, you didn't see him with the baby? Because you got to remember, he's drinking and Kyle is already closed the door and walking towards the car. So the baby was like, I guess, tucked. What, like, first of all, like, for real, yo. Like, for real. I can't even imagine in my mind, a baby, a little baby, 1 year old that you can barely like stand up without her wobbling, that you would even have that thought in your head to do something like that. You understand? And to think that these were supposed to be your friends. And all the time, so that's my thing. So all the time they had you in their house, was you plotting on this? Was you plotting? on a baby, you're plotting on a baby. You're plotting on a baby. These people is treating you. They're even saying that you was a nice guy. They said, swear to God, they said that he was a nice guy. How? You know, that's just like a predator. Yeah, for real. Predators always try to convince you that they're nice people. And then, soon as you turn your head, they done did some bull. And I just can't imagine. What the hell? I just cannot see this in my mind. I'm telling you. This is a baby. You are a grown man. How is this possible? How freaking demented in your brain are you? That's why they should have gave him the death penalty. Because I feel that he plotted. You know what I'm saying? I feel he plotted. There's no way that he was sitting there turning up with the family and they treating you nice and shit. And as soon as they doze off, and you just you go in the baby's room and take the baby out and bounce with the baby, and you keep it walking. But Adam saw him, and I'm gonna be real with you. Adam should have been like, "Yo, bro, you good? Like, you know, talk to him or something." He said when he called Kyle's name, he didn't even like turn around. Like right then and there, I'd been like, "Yo, bro, what's up?" Like even if I would have had to go to him, like whatever. But he drinking, so ain't nobody in their right mind would ever think that a person would take their baby. You know what I'm saying? They 1-year-old baby. I'm gonna be real. So that's probably why he really didn't like, you know, paid any mind. He probably just like, oh, he drunk, he just going, he's leaving. And he was, when they went to sleep, Kyle was still drinking. So they didn't say, well, it shouldn't be safe for you to be driving and shit, because it was late. They didn't think like it was too late for you to be driving. Like, they just let him go like that. Like, that was just crazy, y'all. Anyway, y'all, let me shut up and let y'all just listen to some of this here, because this here got me. Like, I just can't believe this. This is so sad. This is so sad. I feel so sad for this family that, you know, that this predator, they invited in their home and he betrayed them in this way, you know. And they said that she was the firstborn, you know. She was the first granddaughter. She was like their first the grandfather now. She was the first granddaughter. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to hear this here, y'all.
It's Adam, A-D-A-M, Ammerman, A-M-M-E-R-M-A-N. Justin, J-U-S-T-I-N, Ammerman, A-M-M-E-R-M-A-N.
Justin, I first want to ask you, my condolences to you, obviously. But how are you holding up, and what's keeping you going right now?
I don't even know. I'm so stressed that I wish I could take back time and save her.
What was Shaylyn like? I know she's young, 15 months, but I know we were talking about this.
She was joyful, playful. She was a happy baby. She never once complained, you know. She was just a happy baby. She climbed everywhere. She ran everywhere. Well, tried to run anyway.
You told me her hands.
Yeah, she did this with her hands, and it was just, it brought tears to my eyes every time.
When was the last time you saw Shaylyn, and what was the last thing you said to her?
I saw her, the last time I saw Shaylyn was in her bed, and I leaned down, and I said, "Daddy loves you," and gave her a kiss and a good night.
Like Tuesday night? Okay. Adam, let me ask you, do you live at that house too, or you were just staying there that night?
I live at that house too, and I just want to remember her as a lovable, bouncy baby girl that laughed, giggled, and played everywhere, climbed on everything, walked, and she's everywhere in that room, everywhere in that house. She has been. She walks everywhere. She loves to go like this to be picked up. She giggles. She has the most adorable smile on earth. I just.
Did she? How much joy did she bring to all you guys?
She brought. She was my mom's first granddaughter, and she is the love of our life. She is the most precious, adorable baby girl that brought enormous joy to our family.
When you found out yesterday, not only of Shaylyn's passing, but of Kyle's arrest, how do you process all that?
Wow.
I trusted that man.
We trusted that man. Our family trusted that man to the point where we invited him into our house every time. And his family we've been nothing but kind to his family. And we've done no wrong to him. I don't know why he would do this.
I trusted him enough to the point where I went to bed my own self. I went to sleep. When he was still awake. And
what was my understanding is you and him were hanging out, or what was going on?
It was three of us. It was me, my stepdad Danny, and Kyle. We were all in my bedroom. We were sitting down watching TV, and yes, we had a few drinks, but nothing to the extent of what they are saying as a party.
You're just hanging out?
Yes, we're just hanging out, having a good old time, laughing, talking about random stuff.
I was nowhere near.
Justin was never in the room.
What happened though? Did you guys fall asleep? Did Kyle leave?
I fell asleep once because I was a little hungover and I was tired and I had just a little much over my limit, and I went to bed, passed out. I got woken up because my stepdad ended up screwing up our TV package on dish, and I had to fix that. That was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I fixed that, went to bed about 2:30.
Was Kyle still there?
Yes, he was still there.
Awake?
Awake.
What was he doing?
He was still drinking.
With himself?
Yeah, with himself.
Was anyone still awake? Was your stepdad still awake? Was he just there?
He was in his room, awake, trying to fix his TV, and I was trying to fix the TV.
Where was Kyle? He was just...
Kyle was in my room, sitting in the chair, drinking and talking to people on his phone, I guess, because I heard the tick, tick, tick to texting. And at roughly 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I heard the front door open, and I look out my window, and Kyle was walking down the yard to his car. I opened my window. I yell out to him, "Kyle, where are you going?" He never answered me back. He just got in his car and took off.
Did you see Shaylyn at all?
No, I didn't see Shaylyn at all. But then, of course, I was sleepy. I had sleepy eyes. I had alcohol in me, and my vision was all messed up.
I know we don't like to speculate, the autopsy's not even done. Do you guys have any idea what his role was in this, or what he did?
No. No, we have no idea what his role was.
My house and took my daughter and did what he did with her. I really want to know.
He was a friend, right? I mean, a family friend.
He was more of an acquaintance.
And then you just had hung out with a couple of times?
We just hung out a couple of times. He was a very nice guy. Not uptight, just a real decent, nice guy. Just hanging out.
Why? Why did you take my daughter and kill her? And hopefully not hurt him?
Just hung out a couple of times. He He was a very nice guy, not uptight, just a real decent, nice guy.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Justin, what? I know he's in jail. What would you say to him right now if you had an opportunity to speak?
Why? Why did you take my daughter and kill her? And hopefully not hurt him.
Do you think anybody else was involved?
I don't know.
I honestly don't think he acted alone. He had to have somebody, accomplice, pitting him up to it or something. I honestly don't think he would act alone and do this alone.
And do you or your family have anything to do with her disappearance?
No, none of my family had nothing to do with this. Why would we? Our family is a peaceful family.
It seems that you guys have as many questions as all of us do. You really don't know what his role was or how she ended up where she did.
No, we don't.
We don't know. We don't have no question because they won't inform us, and I don't know why. They informed the mother before they never informed the father, but they informed the mother.
Justin, how did you find out?
I found this out on the news and on Facebook.
What is that like to find out your 1-year-old passed away and having to find out that way?
It's heartbreaking. It's beyond.
Guys, he's saying like, they only spent a few times with Kyle. You understand? And you literally trusted this guy to be in your house, and y'all are now. Let me just say this: Justin, the father, he wasn't with them. It was the stepfather, the stepfather Adam, and Kyle. But the stepfather, he had went into his room with his wife. And that's when he messed up the television and they was back and forwards or whatever. And that's when he said he heard the door open. But my thing is that he said that, he was just acquaintance and he was just a nice guy. Ninja, you really didn't even know this guy. You said you only like a few times. Like a few freaking times. And then they said like, how did you hear? They said they told the mother first. What you think? What do you mean? Like, you think they was gonna call y'all up and be like, yo, I found the baby, whatever. That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense because right then and there, which they did. When they got, the father had kissed Kayla goodnight. And he said he loved her. So he got into bed with his wife. It was Adam, Kyle, and the stepfather. But the stepfather wasn't in this with them. He ended up doing his own thing. But my thing is when Adam got up and he heard the door close and he seen Kyle walking and you calling him to about where you going. It's 4:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time he was drinking. You know what I'm saying? And he has the baby in his arms. That's the part where they don't get it. Where the police is not going to call you. They're not going to call you. At all. Why should they call you? Because they want to know what the hell is going on. Because they basically thinking like, they had something to do with it. Which, no. But y'all was responsible for this little girl. So they can't be upset that they heard it from the news and from Facebook. Are you dumb? I would have been, for real though. I don't understand the father and Adam. Justin and Adam, when they found out that baby wasn't in that house, they should have been going crazy, like for real, crazy. But they probably couldn't even tell the story because they probably don't even think that this fool walked out with the damn baby. Because they so oblivious to, like, oh, he's a nice guy or whatever. Y'all just got finished saying, like, y'all really never, like, hung out. But just a few times. That's stupid. So let's hear a little more, because this here is just too much.
They did not bother anything in the house. Nothing in the house was disturbed. It was just like it was when I went to bed and when I got up, except for Shaylyn was gone. There was her baby blankets were laying on the couch next to her bed, were not disturbed. Her toys weren't disturbed. Nothing in the house was taken but Shaylyn. Panic. I mean, imagine you wake up and go and get your baby out of the baby bed and she's not there. And then, then your next thing is you're searching the house. Even though she's too little to get out of the baby bed.
Mm-hmm.
You search the house. Then she's nowhere in the house. You just go in panic mode.
And it's very, very horrible. We're slowly trying to get over this. And, we can just only take it one day at a time. And I understand how Jess feels because, I keep putting myself in her shoes and I can't even begin to grasp what she's really going through. But as a mother, I understand.
Just understand that, we should never let people in our home around our children. This was a mistake that they cannot erase. This was a 1-year-old baby. You understand? 1 year old. And they trusted this guy. You understand? Just to sit back and throw some drinks back. And then you wake up and look for the baby, and the baby ain't nowhere to be found. Because you got to remember, the baby been gone hours. Because, matter of fact, they said Kyle left like 4. So, they said he got up at 8. Because remember, the father and the father and his the wife was in the bed. They wasn't over there drinking with them. So you as a stepmother and the father that is responsible for your daughter, this is your time for you to have your child, But you got these here guys in there getting buzzed up and throwing drinks back, and you got a whole petty in the house. He's worse than a pet. I don't even know what you call this type of person here. He a demon. He's a demon. How could that's just like me trying to get in his shoe? Are you freaking kidding me right now? To put my whole body in his shoe. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. This is a lesson for anybody. Don't let people around your children, like, for real. Like, that's one thing I never did. I never let nobody around my kids, man. I was so, I don't know. I just was that type of person, I don't like people around my children like that there. And you can learn, especially when you have, it doesn't really matter, a boy or a girl, because, but the part that's killing me is that when he get out, because damn well he ain't going to spend all that time, because he done made a plea deal and all this other extra stuff. He is not going to spend all that time in prison. He's not. I guarantee you, he is not going to spend that time in prison. And when he get out, I just cannot believe they say he does not have to register as a petty. Like, for real. You can never change them. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Once you a petty, you gonna always be one. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just like if you was a rapist, you're gonna always be one. I just truly, feel for the family. I'm so sorry that this happened to them. But, trust in people. Trust in people. And like I said, you can imagine the uncle, because he was doing more of the talking. That was crazy, though, right? Because the father, Justin, he really wasn't saying too much because he just was in shock. He's like, yo, like, he put his baby down to sleep. And what was crazy is the baby wasn't in the room. I don't know why they didn't have the baby in the room with them. You can't take that back, though. He had the baby in the living room. That was the living area for the baby. Maybe their house was small. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe the apartment was small. You know what I'm saying? But shit, Adam had a damn room. Y'all should have threw Adam in the damn living room and put the baby in the daggone room in there. You know what I'm saying? Because this is crazy. Maybe that was their dad's house. I don't know. Maybe that was their dad's house. I really don't know. But Shaylyn room was in the living room. So anybody could have had access to the little girl. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they did not call the father and them first. And let them know that we found, Shaylyn. That is just so sad, y'all. But, this is a hard way to learn your lesson, not to have people around your children. This is just unspeakable. I'm sorry. This is just so unspeakable. What? It makes me feel like he played them. Like, bro, like, I know you did not sit here and just was you had in your mind, like, all the time that you was gonna plan on taking my daughter to do something to my daughter. Like, I just cannot even believe that. Did the liquor take over him and he just was like, okay, let me just take the baby? What the hell is that? And you know what? Would they need to look at and find out if Kyle did this before? You understand? There's no way in hell that this Kyle did this here for the first time. There's no way. There's no way, no how that this man just said, you know what? Let me just take this baby and use my hands to unalive her. You just don't come up with that. I believe he did more. I really do. I believe that he was a petty. And I felt that they dropped the ball because they should have been really, really looking into, see if he have done this before. To maybe a bigger toddler or a bigger kid. Because I know this guy just out of nowhere did something like this. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe, y'all, because y'all let me know in the bottom, like, would y'all let people, like, around your kids, like this here? It's like, you know what, when you say kids, this is a baby, and you really would not think, like, not a baby. A baby? And check this out here. I skipped this part. Check this out here. When they were in the house, this is serious. Like, when they was in the house, they said every time little Shayla would cry, that he was the one picking her up and was like trying to put her to sleep and shit. Like, what the? Yo, he was plotting. He was literally plotting. If he had her in his arms, they said he had her in his arms a couple of times. So you're feeling some type of way with a baby? And they kept saying he was so good with her. He was so good. He would pat her and lay her down just as nice, in the bed. In her bed. All this time he plotting. Alright, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to go. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe, y'all. This is just really sad, y'all. Like I said, my heart goes out to the family. I'm sorry this happened to them. But you cannot let strangers around your kids, no matter what age they are, y'all. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go. Peace.